Good morning, children. In the previous videos, you have learned what is force and what are the effects of forces. And now, in this video, you are going to learn about various types of forces. There are two types of forces. One is the contact force. Second one is a non-contact force. Now, what is a contact force? Contact force are forces that act between two objects that are physically touching each other. Means, here if the force has to happen, both the objects must touch each other physically. And in the non-contact forces, the objects don't touch each other, but still a force acts upon them. So, a non-contact force is a force which acts on an object without coming into physically contact with the object. Now, contact forces. Now, there are various forms of contact forces. Let us see what they are. Before that, once again, I would like to tell you what is a contact force. Contact force is a force which is being applied by actually touching the body. Now, various contact forces are muscular force, frictional force, normal force, and tension. And what are non-contact forces? Non-contact force is a force which acts on an object without physically coming into contact with the object. Now, as I have told you, both the objects don't touch each other, but still a force acts upon them. There are three examples of non-contact forces. One is the magnetic force, two, gravitational force, three, electrostatic force. Now, by seeing these three names, I suppose you could have understood what are non-contact forces. Now, contact forces, as I've told you, there are different forms of contact forces. The first one is muscular force. So, let us learn about muscular force. What is muscular force? Muscular force is a force applied using parts of body like arms or legs. It is the force that results due to the action of muscles. Now, in this image, you see a person carrying a bucket of water. He is taking the bucket of water from one place to the other place, but he is using his hand to change the place of the bucket. So here he is using the muscular force of his hand to move the bucket from one place to the other place. Now here in this image you are seeing a girl who is doing exercise using a dumbbell. And when she is using this dumbbell to do the exercise, she is using the muscles of her arms. So we can clearly say that muscular force is needed whenever movement of the body. Now let me explain little clearly about muscular force. Now in this image, here you see a boy playing baseball. So he uses his arms in contact with the bat and through muscular force he hits the ball. And he changes the direction of the ball. Here you are seeing a boy doing a weightlifting exercise, right? Now he is moving up and down. So when the boy is doing weightlifting, here also he is using his arms in contact with the weights and he uses the muscular force to lift the weights. So while doing these exercises, some muscles in the arm expand and some contract. This expansion and contraction of muscles make muscles to work together. Here you can see this beautiful girl riding a bicycle, right? Here this girl is riding the bicycle. You can see in the image that the girl's legs are in contact with the pedal and she is using the muscular force by her legs and she is making the cycle to move forward. Here you can see this boy playing with a ball. He is kicking the ball and the ball is going forward. So here in this picture you can see the boy kicking the ball with his feet and his feet are coming into contact with the ball. And by using his muscular force through his feet, he is moving the ball forward. We can say that laughing uses muscular force, expansion and contraction of lungs also use muscular force, heart functioning also uses muscular force. So our day-to-day activities like running, jumping, etc. happens by using muscular force. So this was about muscular force. Now let us learn about frictional force. Now what is frictional force? Frictional force refers to the force generated by two surfaces that contact and slide against each other. They slide against each other. These forces are mainly affected by the surface texture. Now, what is texture? Texture means the surface is smooth or rough. So, that is surface texture. And the amount of force impelling them together, the frictional force happens. Now, here in this image, you can see the ball moving forward, right? The ball is rolling on the floor. It comes from motion to rest. Now see it again. The ball is going in a speed and then it is coming slowly. It is coming to rest, right? Now why does the ball doesn't go with the same speed till the end? Why does it slow down and comes to rest? It happens because of the frictional force between the floor and the ball. The floor creates frictional force and it makes the ball to slow down and then come to rest. Frictional force always works in opposite direction of the body. Please remember this. This is a very important point. Frictional force always works in the opposite direction of the body. Here the body is the ball. It is going forward. So the frictional force created by the floor is opposite to the direction of the ball and it is making the ball to slow down and then come to rest. As I have told you, smooth surfaces always have less friction and rough surfaces always have more friction. Few more examples of frictional force are running, walking, writing, right? Now in the writing is possible only because of frictional force. If there is no frictional force, we cannot do these activities. We cannot run, we cannot walk, we cannot write. Now next comes the normal force. Now what is normal force? Normal force is the force that surface exert to prevent the solid objects from passing through each other. It is also called as support force. Now let us see what is a normal force. Here you can see the image. Here in this image you can see a book on the table. Now suddenly if the table vanishes, the book will fall down due to gravitational pull of the earth because there is no surface on which the book can rest. Even when the book is lying on the table, the gravity pulls the book down all the time. But still it does not fall. Now why does it not fall? What do we call this force that is supporting the book from not falling down? Yes, that force is called as normal force. Now, this normal force supports the book against the gravity by pushing it upward. Look at the figure clearly again. You will see a red line that is perpendicular to the plane surface of the table and this is called normal force. And the blue line is called the gravitational force. In the above example, the downward gravitational force is balanced by the upward normal force. Since these two forces are of equal magnitude and acting in opposite directions, we say that the net force action on the book is 0 and the book is in rest and this is called equilibrium. The last one, tension force. Now in this figure you see a stone is suspended with the help of a thread and its free end is tied to the rope. Now here we must know few things. The state of the stone, the forces acting on the stone, what will happen if the thread is broken. Now we all know if the thread is broken, the stone will fall down due to the gravitational force of the earth. But in this image you can see that the stone is not falling down because it is supported by the thread. There is a force which is supporting the stone against the gravity by pulling it upwards. It's not letting the stone go down, it is pulling the stone upwards. And that force is called tension, which pulls the body along with the thread. Tension force is a contact force. When you try to stretch the rope or thread, the tightness in the rope is called tension. In the above example, the gravitational force is balanced by the upward tension. And now in this image, you can see that the tension force is in perpendicular direction. See, both the guys are pulling the rope towards each other. So, it is in the perpendicular direction. So children, I suppose you have understood what are the various types of forces, and in this video we have only covered about the contact forces. In the next video we are going to cover about the non-contact forces. Hope you would study well, read these and learn the various learn from the first two videos and this video as usually. The first video you have learnt about force, and second video you have learned about the effects of forces. Third video you have learned about the types of forces, and you have learned about various contact forces. So I hope you are going to revise this well and get ready for the next video on non-contact forces. Thank you.